Well, just driving to the studio, and I had a really weird morning. Yeah, like super anxious. Usually when I have a stress dream, it's like pretty clear that it's a stress dream, and like I don't know how to explain that. Just certain things happen in my stress dreams. There's like reoccurring themes, and I wake up very, very like stressed and anxious and like upset. Not angry, but upset in the definition of the word upset. Like something has happened to disturb my peace or regular average being in that moment or whatever. And usually, I mean, I've got clenched fists and my teeth always clench anyway, but usually it's worse and I get like a headache and all that stuff. But today, this morning, man, I had a dream that really messed me up, and it was like not a typical stress dream, and I didn't have any of the other symptoms of my stress dreams that I usually do. But there was a location in Saskatoon that I was like walking in my dream, except I thought I was in Lethbridge, which is also weird because I don't live in Lethbridge either. So, and I was walking, and it was like a beautiful summer day, and there was a police officer who had like a semi-automatic gun of some nature, like a submachine gun type gun, and they were just like mowing people down, and like this was happening on the same block that I was on, and I like walked into like this clearing, and I was like, snap. Like, for people in Saskatoon, the area that it was Broadway and Taylor by the Shoppers there. So there's that school, and it was kind of like, oh, there's this field and whatever. And it looked a little different in my dream than normal, but I recognized it. And that plays a role later. And then, so I was like, I need to get away. And like, so I jogged away and was like frantically looking for a place to go, because I was like, what if he saw me and now he's after me? And it was just like, so I like found a house in the backyard, the door, like through their screen door, I could see there was people inside. So I knocked on the door, and I was like very panicked, and this dude let me in, but they had like kids, and I was like, oh no, they're like really little kids, like a baby and like barely not a baby anymore, barely not a toddler anymore. So I don't know, like 5 or 6 or 7 maybe. And yeah, and we went down to the basement, and I was like telling them what happened, and I don't know how many, there's like 4 or 5 people there. I think there was like 3 adults and 2 kids or something. And then I just like, it was just like really, they were anxious, and it was just like a mess, and they were trying to get information from me. And I was like, I kept looking on my phone. I was like, if I keep just typing in Lethbridge into Google, something should have happened in the news where it shows up that this thing happened. But nothing was getting brought up. And I was kind of waking up half awake at this point, and I realized like, oh, it was Saskatoon, it wasn't Lethbridge. And I was like, that's really confusing. What? And I was like, what is happening here? And I was like, did this happen? And it was just like, in my dream, it still felt like I was like for 10 minutes, like not knowing if it happened or not, but it was like in the dream. And then I like kind of woke up and realized this all is a dream, but it like really stuck with me. And I just like, it made me really, really anxious. I haven't been that anxious in a while. I like really felt doom. And that's the thing, sometimes in the morning, if I feel doom, which is rare, but when I do, it's like, I feel like I'm gonna walk outside to a world on fire. Like I feel like I'm gonna walk outside and the apocalypse has happened or is occurring. And like, I don't know, it's just like that weird feeling. So that's cool. Well, having that moment again where I feel like a real artist, which is good. I'm going to reorganize some things in the studio today. I would really like to get to a big painting today. I guess I can show you this, because this is done, and the finish is just drying. But Randy did the texture, all the texture on this, the gesso and the paper towel. And then she kind of abandoned it. It was this black and yellow piece, and she just wasn't into it, didn't want to do anything else with it. She just felt like she couldn't work with the texture, I guess. And I was like, you know what? I would love to use this. So I'm calling it a collab because I did not do half the work. Like, half of this is texture. I really like what I did with it. Again, half of this is house paint, or like bucket paint, I should say. And so I think it's called Endless Ending, if I recall what I called it, which is a Dillinger Escape Plan song off of Option Paralysis. Anyway, picked up some more bucket paint today, which is also why I'm like, I'm a real artist today. And again, feeling good. I'm going to reorganize this and that corner so that I can get more space for bucket paint. Because I don't want to be trapped with the colors that I have in these palettes that are very pastel. Even though they're beautiful, I don't have anything really strong and bold enough that gets me out of that. Like, I have a red, and there's like a dark blue, which is that blue, which is like a cobalt, I guess, or steel blue. There's like this plummy purple that I like, but other than that, it's like a lot of pastels. I know this is kind of a pastel, but I mean, I'm just working with what they have in the mist tints. So this is from 3 different places. So Deluxe and Sherwin-Williams paint and Cloverdale. Yeah, I just got one from each. That, including the brush, I mean, I think I spent about $20, or maybe, well, between 20 and $25 for all this. I don't work with orange much, but that's the thing. I think it will work really well for some of these things, and I don't mind changing up my color palette, obviously. I really love these pastels and what I've been doing, but I just don't want to be trapped in, like, oh man, I really want to use some bucket paint, but I don't have the paints that I want. This is why, you know, with spray paint, we have a variety of color, because we want to make sure we have what we need when we want it. Same thing with acrylics. You know, I want to be confident that when I want something, I have it there. So I picked up this kind of like royal navy blue in between there, this orange, and this, I don't know what this is. It's not rose pink, it's like this pinky mauve? I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'll show you kind of what this space looks like once I clean it up a little bit and reorganize. That's what's up. I'm really curious on people's thoughts about Deja Vu, because it has had like a crazy, clear, crisp, a very strong Deja Vu, where I was like, that is exactly what happened. But Deja Vu never happens, I don't know, it felt like it was a double. And it never happens soon enough that I'm like, nah, maybe I just dreamed that. Like, I had, well, that's what that's also weird, right? Like, that's just as weird, having a dream and then it plays out in reality. It's tripping me out. I was like, oh, I remember this, and then a second later it was like, whoa, I really remember this. This has happened. But it was like the strongest deja vu ever, where I was like, I think this actually happened. Like, I swear this literally happened, to the point that I think I told Randy about it, but I had a thought of like, maybe I shouldn't tell her about it because I'm at the record store and I feel weird about being at the record store right now. And I was like, maybe I told her that too, though. So I don't remember, and she might not remember. It doesn't mean, I don't know. It's a trip. So I don't really want to show you this because I have no idea what's going on with it. I just wanted to put down some color, and we'll take it from there later, I guess. I didn't end up touching the paper at all. I'm just going to leave that the way it is for now, for a while, whatever, tackle that a different day. I reorganized this a bit and took this out of there because some canvases were putting pressure on it, and I kind of reorganized it in a way where none of them are really getting pressure. It doesn't look like there's spaces between stuff, but there is. Like here, it's not like putting pressure on it, and this is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's all in the magic here. Anyway, so reorganize that. Oh no, my little easel fell. Oh no. What is happening here? But the one thing about these curtains is that I have some things on here that were like display, because someone made this for me. And anyway, can't really see it very often. Anyway, didn't touch that, but I reorganized this, so this is all good. And there's a lot extra room here. This is where the cans of bucket paint were. But I reorganized this as well and really condensed all the stuff. A lot of this is packing materials for Etsy. Styrofoam, bubble wrap, some cardboard, plastic, newspaper. Some of it is a bag of old evidence of paint clothes and stuff that I'm not ready to get rid of. And then there's like a bunch of rolled up canvas back there. Some of it is ready to be stretched, like it's got, well, I guess evidence on it. And it's definitely ready to be stretched. And then I made this hole here where I can put paint. And I can put more paint cans there, I guess, if need be. And I could condense the paper over there, I think, to put some there. And this is Randy's easel. So that fits just nicely on there. And, I mean, I pulled the chair up, and I do still have leg room, so that is good. Job accomplished today. So I picked up a couple things at dollar store today. One, these Betty Crocker cups, baking cups. I'm going to use it for my bucket paint. I just realized, you know, trying to get the bucket paint out with a palette knife and whatever, like when I was doing this piece actually, which is nowhere near done, I was trying to just get some drizzling going on and get more paint on here. I didn't want to pour it right out of the bucket because I waste paint and then stuff like that happens and it's just kind of messy. And I was like, oh, I just need something, and I thought this would be perfect. You can get a lot of paint in there. Obviously, these are from the dollar store, so they're pretty cheap, and I can just use what I need. Got different sizes, and they had black Post-it notes, which is sick. So for my Etsy orders, I've been wanting to kind of like personalize things a little more, and I figure that what I'll do is I will use my metallic markers. I've got some in here. Some gold, copper, and silver markers. They go really well on here. I tried the copper on it already, and I can just have a little personalized thank you on here, and I think that's tight. So that's what I did today. I wish I was somewhere with trees so you could see how freaking windy it is. But we're getting up to 120 kilometer winds in the Lethbridge area. It's nuts. Over half the city must be out. So almost everything's closed. Like, fabric stores are closed. Friggin', I came here to Dollar Tree and they don't have anything up saying they're closed. So I tried the door, but they're closed, even though they got open signs all over the place. Downtown's pretty much closed. Mary McGrath's like pretty much all closed. It's nuts. It's nuts. So we'll see what happens there. I needed to run some errands today, and I tried to do that, and like I said, so much of the stuff that I needed to go to was closed. Man, just walking from the car to the store in this amount of wind is stupid. It's stupid, it sucks. It makes driving even difficult and not easy. Like, ugh, man, this wind. On top of, like, the wind being annoying for driving and just like not fun and whatever, it's also just way more dangerous because there's so, like, I don't know, 90% of the traffic lights I've been to are out and people don't know what to do. It's a four-way stop. Like, people are just fucking cruising right through because they think they can, and it's like, that's not how this shit works. I'm on my way to the studio right now, and I don't think I'm going to have power there either, but I should be okay for what I need to do. Just can't use Wi-Fi, I guess. I just realized that. That's going to suck. But whatever. I don't know. That's the other thing. Lethbridge, the Windy City. How are we not prepared for this? Why is the power out fucking everywhere? Power out in as if local businesses and stuff haven't suffered enough with like COVID stuff and restrictions and the time they've had to spend closed and whatever, that like we just can't be prepared for wind like this. We know that this happens. Fucking, ugh. It's making me angry. Alright, so, it is Thursday. Today is the first day that I got a call all week for subbing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I didn't see anything on the work boards. I didn't get a call, nothing. And I got a call this morning, but I couldn't go. Because I just had an interview for a temporary teaching position, an art position, for the second semester of the school year. That's only 2 weeks away, so that's not a lot of room to get things figured out. And I don't know how long it'll take to be contacted if I got this position or not, but I just left that interview. So I couldn't work today because I had an interview, and it went pretty okay. There were some questions that I was pretty confident with, and a couple questions that I felt like, oh, I just realized that I didn't fully understand the question, I guess, because they just had to remind me one time of, okay, but what would you do about this thing? And I don't know if I had the best answer for that. Man, there's just so many different questions that can be thrown at you. It's really tough to prepare. But I think I did okay, and I think that, yeah, I think that I made some good points as to why I was a good candidate for the position. So I'll keep you updated with that. Another good news, I have been booked for working 7 days straight starting tomorrow. Could have started today, but had the interview. So I'll be working for, a week and a half, I guess, a week and a half-ish at one school, which I'm very familiar with, and students that I'm familiar with. And that's good. That's good news. So it's been a long break. It's been like a month off of work. It has been. I don't think I have worked since December 9th. So tomorrow, January, I think 13th. Yeah, that's gonna be 13th or 14th. I don't know what day it is. Cool. That's gonna be a day. Get back into the swing of things and start working again and be positive and hopeful about this position. If I get it, it's gonna be a really, really busy time trying to figure out one of these courses, because with art courses I'm just ready to go, ready to teach. I've got it all. But one of them is a media course, and I don't know what to do with it in order to get these students a credit with the programs that they have there and stuff. So I'll need to design some stuff really quick, and we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so just wrapping up the vlog for this week. There's only one other video that is a conversation about being a romantic. More about a person, such as myself, who seems to identify with and exemplify the values and ideals of the romantic movement. So you can listen or watch the conversation about being a romantic to get more info on that. But I definitely learned more about myself as I was having the conversation. And I think that if you watch or listen to it, you'll learn a lot more about me and my values and ideals and things like that. So, I don't really have much else to say this week about the vlog at all. Really, I've been really busy with social media stuff and my art and trying to prepare to get some. I've just been focused on trying to create some more opportunities for myself and reach out to just to have some reach with general public and my art. So changes are happening there, and I'm focusing some attention on getting some things ready for that, seeking out opportunities for showing my work in various ways. So anyway, we will see you on another time.